What's going on, guys? This is Pokemon Mystery Mail Day number 82. We're working up to that 100 mark video in this little mini series, and I'm excited to open up some stuff here. I'm still trying to complete older sets. I know recently, last night, I had my vending on Scarlet and Violet, my experiences trying to go after those cases. I did secure 4 cases and 1 spare booster box that are coming on the way. You know, obviously with the release being on the 31st, I'm not going to get that product for probably a week, maybe even longer. I know my local shop's going to be getting Scarlet and Violet, so I don't know if I'm going to fall victim to paying those top dollar retail prices, but I may get a box or some sleeve packs just to open up for you guys on the channel, because I definitely want to get into Scarlet and Violet. I'm super excited about the Koraidon and Miraidon, and I've been playing Violet religiously lately. I know I recently did some content playing Violet as well. Thank you guys so much for all the support you've given me. Seriously, like, thank you guys. Like, honestly, you know, the last video I did where I kind of vented and there was some negativity and I was emotional and I was heated in the moment. I don't care if I lost subs doing that video. I needed to do that video. I needed to get those emotions out. I needed to share that experience regardless of what people thought about it. And now we move on. We roll it off the shoulder, we brush it off the shoulder, and we move on and we come up with our new content, which is another Mystery Mail Day video. So let's go ahead and get into it. But just like, thank you guys so much. Like, seriously, like, thank you. I love this channel. I love what I've been building, and I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. I've got my trusty Husky right here. Brandon, let's see what we got here. And big shout out to all the sellers that I've worked with. Thank you guys so much for the pleasant transactions that I've had thus far. I'm coming up on like 400 eBay transactions. Not to mention the 100 transactions I had on Mercari. So about 500 transactions in the past 2-3 years. I really didn't use eBay until I started becoming a collector. Okay, I'm having trouble getting this tape off. Also, shout out to everybody that has shopped with me. Thank you guys so much. I know I shipped out a bunch of stuff this past week, more stuff than I've ever shipped out before. So that was pretty nuts. All right, let's see if I can just slip this card out. Here we go. We got a Sapphire Ruby card here. We got number 5. That's really going to help. Really want to get that first binder page. We got a Delcatty. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that guy for you guys. The holo is pretty pristine. There's no surprises here. This card looks really, really good. Very happy with it overall. Let's pop that out for you guys. There's really barely any edge wear on the back of the car. I'm very happy with this purchase. It's not every day you get purchases like this and everything just pretty much works out the way it should. You guys can see the centering is pretty good on the back. The card is pretty minty fresh. So thank you for that. Was it Brandon? Was it Brandon? Thank you so much, Brandon. There's not an eBay name on there, so I can't do a shout out without that invoice. So if you want to comment below with your eBay store link, feel free to do that. And moving forward. All right, here we got Trevor. It also looks like the eBay seller name might be Trevor Seymour. Trevor space Seymour, Seymor. Try not to show these and give out addresses and so forth. I know people are very sensitive to that, so I'm trying to be conscious of it and not make that mistake. All right, put that there. I can reuse those. Oh, and it came in a hard case. This came in a hard case. You don't see that too often. I don't know if I told them I was a YouTuber or not, but they shipped it exceptionally. Seriously, Trevor, thank you so much. This is exceptional. I am one of the theme decks I've purchased. I purchased hundreds of theme decks in the past couple years, and one of them I have sitting around here that I picked up for like 20 bucks. It's missing the Beedrill card, so now I have that Beedrill card for it. Honestly, this is just a fantastic pickup overall. This card looks so good. I really don't want to take this out of the hard case. This is a nice hard case. Is this Ultra Pro? This is seriously nice. But here's the holo. We got a big orb boy right here. We got a nice Cosmo holo pattern. I think I like the Cosmo Hollow pattern a lot more than the traditional Hollow pattern. And this is just an amazing card. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a huge fan of Beedrill and Scyther. They're some of my favorites. The Hollow looks great. Let's see. I got nothing. I got no imperfections I can see on this card right off the top. Let's see if we can get the light to shine on that. You guys can see in depth that Hollow. There are no scratches on this card. This card was labeled as mint. I won it for about 20 bucks. And this card is definitely mint. This is the kind of thing you want to get. As a buyer, this is when you buy raw cards and you're like, wow, that was a really good turnout. That was a really good turnout. The back, flawless. There's no whitening on this card. It's seriously nice. All right, awesome. And we completed that theme deck that card is for. So big plus there. Now I need a Mewtwo to complete a Zap deck that I purchased in bulk. And I need... what's that other? Oh, I need a Blaine's Arcanine so I can complete a Blaine's deck that I got out of a bulk deal. Okay, let's move forward. We got Clay. There's no eBay name here. Let's go ahead and get this open. I think we're making pretty good leeway here with 6 minutes in. Oh, yeah. We're making good time for everybody. I can reuse that. Came in a nice box, which is honestly a huge plus because I know everything is protected being in the box. Okay, we get that open. Wow, easiest opening. Oh, never mind. There's more stuff in here. All right. I can actually reuse that box to ship something back out. It's nicely wrapped up here. And here we go. Wow, beautiful. So you guys might be looking at this and thinking, what color is this SP? Well, a lot of people would right off the bat say, oh, that's cobalt blue, or that's pearl blue. No, this I believe is actually surf blue. So surf blue was a really nicer, more bluer color, and the bottom actually looks pretty flawless. The bottom is actually in better shape than the top, which is funny. Usually you don't see that. Usually the bottom is all messed up if the top has wear, and this top has wear. We've got some light scuffs here. I'm gonna go to town on this. I've got a Game Boy repair kit coming where I can open up and clean and refresh these parts. I may even do content based off of doing that. But I remember one of these sold, just the box for this Game Boy Surf Blue sold for, and I want to see if it even shows what color it is. No, it doesn't show what color it is, but this is certainly not cobalt blue. This was mislisted, and I think that's why it sold so cheap. So I actually got this for 50 bucks. You are never going to get a surf blue Game Boy SP for 50 bucks. It's just not going to happen that often. I already know a lot about Game Boys because I've been diving into the console market. This wasn't included, but they included a game. They included Tetris Worlds. See if we can zoom in on that. They included Tetris Worlds. So that's pretty cool that they included a game with that. I didn't even need that. The game is honestly a nice plus. Let me show you guys close up what we got here. We got some scuffs right here, right here, right here. We get some surface scratches. But overall, the side looks good. The back looks good. The other side looks good. And the bottom looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's open it up. Beautiful. And this is pretty much why I bought this console. I really wanted to get Surf Blue. And I got this console, and it's in really, really good shape. This is the 001, I believe. Yes, this is the 001. So this is lit up. This screen is more of a lit up screen, but it is not as nice as the really well lit, backlit 101 AGS. Let's go ahead and power this bad boy on. So as you guys can see, it's a little more lit. It's not super bright, but it's definitely better than the Advance. And honestly, if it's dark, you're definitely going to notice this. You're definitely going to be able to see it. So there we go. There's the front of it. It looks slightly dim, but it definitely looks better than the Game Boy Advance. So let's see. I think you can adjust the brightness. No, maybe not. I'm not sure if you can adjust. Oh, you can adjust the brightness. That's so cool. So you can adjust the brightness so that you can play this outside and you can lower the brightness. And this is kind of what an Advance would look like. So just so you guys can see the massive difference it makes to have the backlit, the first 001 that came out. Just get a load of this. With this type of screen, you really need to be outside to see it. And so with the 001, you can actually play this outside. Once you have the 101, you can't really play it outside. It's so lit up that it doesn't allow you to actually see it when you're on the go outside. So that's what I like about these. Not only are they a better price point, but you have this adjustable brightness, which is great for playing it outside or when you have natural light. But boom, that's a lot brighter. It might not seem like it, but going from that to that, that's a big difference, especially for me right here. You guys, it might not be that big of a difference, but as I put this underneath the table, it's really easy to play this. This is actually a breeze to play at night. And honestly, this surf blue just looks absolutely amazing. I am loving this console right now. I'm super happy with this purchase. We'll definitely be leaving a great review for them. And yeah, just need to wipe this down and clean it up a little bit. And yeah, I actually kind of like how it's got a little bit of scuff there. Just shows character that this is the original console. A lot of times now people are reshelling and changing various parts and buttons. I don't want that. I've already ordered, I actually purchased a modified Game Boy Advance with a backlit screen. A lot of like OG console collectors would kind of argue against that and just say, just get a 001 that has a backlit screen, or get the 101 has the super bright backlit screen. Don't buy a modded Game Boy. You don't know how long it's going to last. There's no real warranty on that. It's not factory, it's not OEM, but there is a big market for modded Game Boys, and me personally, I just really wanted a blacked out modified Game Boy Advance, kind of to match with my typical fit. So that is on the way. Can't wait to review that and show you guys how bright those screens really are. I've heard that they're actually too bright, but you can adjust the brightness settings on those. So we'll see what that's like when it comes in. Go ahead and put that Game Boy down and keep on moving. All right. All right. Jonathan P., appreciate you. This is coming from Canada. Oh, Jordan P., appreciate you. If we get an invoice in here, I will do the shout out. I can't do shout out unless I have an invoice. People are always forgetting to send invoices. I don't know if they understand that I can't actually help them and promote their business unless they send me an invoice, as I'm opening this stuff on screen and don't have a computer with me, also looking at the sellers. Okay, so we packaged really well. There's a lot of bubble in here. Okay, let's get this out. A lot of bubble in here. I can reuse all that good stuff. Okay, put that over there. And it looks like we have a theme deck. As you guys know, I do collect a lot of theme decks. And I could have waited till more stuff came in, but I don't like it piling up. And this seller specifically was asking me about feedback. Can't give that feedback until I've opened up the item. So now after this, I can give that seller some good feedback. Everything looks solid here. Everything looks solid. This is a mint condition, non-dented, Hidden Legends Wishmaker theme deck. Fantastic. I don't have one of these sealed. This is actually the first copy I've ever gotten sealed. I have one open with all the cards, but I don't have a sealed version. This is what the top seal looks like. Show you guys the bottom with that hang tag still attached to it. Really looks good. Usually you'll see some yellowing here or a little bit of separation from the glue over the years, but this one is 100% intact and looks fantastic. I'm super happy that I upbid on this one. This was $150, and then shipping and tax along with that. So around, I think 175, maybe even 180. But either way, there's no dents on this thing. I'm just happy about that. I get really peeved when I buy a sealed brand new item and it has a dent in it that wasn't pictured or transparently described. But this is all good right here. This was an auction that went great. Now I've got this Wishmaker. I had this as a kid. I don't know about you guys, but the EX series, a lot of the cards that were from 2003 to 2006, I had a lot of those. So it's really cool to get my hands on these items again, all these years going by. So let's put that there. We've got one more. And honestly, it's a pretty short, sweet video. We've wrapped this up nicely. So this is in a box, which I highly recommend. If you're sending anything fragile, just ship it in a box. At the end of the day, wait, tell me this is, yeah, this was just shipped using a Amazon box, but this is from somebody, Robert, I appreciate you. I appreciate. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ooh, let's get into it. I'm excited about this one. I also have a little update I'm about to show you guys. When I show you guys this, what you think this is? What you think this is? Some of y'all can see through that. What you think I got in there? We got an authentic OG game. Now, the gameplay on these old games is horrendous. Now, from an older standpoint, if you had these as a kid, I could really understand why you would still cherish and love them. For me, I am team Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire. Fire Red and Leaf Green are just such beautiful, amazing remakes. The boxes are like holographic. They look phenomenal. I'm about to show you guys those in a second because I want to share with you guys what I've been up to, all the stuff I've been doing. I've been ordering in inserts to go with my Game Boy consoles that might not come with an insert. I've been ordering, which I haven't had to use yet because I just found out my Pikachu one is actually a first print Pikachu game. It actually has the insert attached inside of the box. And I'm like, why does this one look so different and so raggedy compared to the other ones? Well, because I mistakenly and thankfully bought a first print Pokemon Yellow edition. It's got some scuffs on it, but it's a first print, which means the flaps open in the bottom and the top. And it's got a thicker cardboard to it. It's a lot more sensitive than the other prints. The cardboard, the color wears off super easily. You have to be super fragile with it. I actually was able to get a couple dirt specks off of it, but in doing that, I lost a little bit of color on the cover, so I actually damaged the box a little bit, but I'm super OCD, and I would rather have a little bit of fading than seeing black dots on the box. I just can't stand dirt. But anyways, ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. So this is actually different. This is a later print one. This is not a first print. This one has the white folds at the bottom. What I mean by white folds is literally just the white edges here that you see. This is 100% legit. After getting the ones that I got, I wasn't sure if these ones were legit because of the folds, but I'm learning there are 4 or 5 variations of the yellow, red, and blue that had come out. This one is actually in phenomenal condition. This one is looking really, really saucy. Super happy about that. It looks like over here it has a slight kind of curve, but it's not a crease yet. Nothing has been creased yet, so we're happy about that. As you guys can see, you can see the kind of the rippling, the wear on the cardboard. It looks very aged, and what I mean by that is that it's not flat. It looks aged. It looks like humidity has gotten to the box a little bit, and this is very normal for these box. There's different variants, like there's a variant with a black E, and also on the back here you can tell if it's a variant, if it's a misprint by what it says. So collect 139 Pokemon by playing the blue version. So if it says playing the red version, it's actually a mistake and an error, and those are worth even more. They're super just cool to have. I definitely want to have all the variations of these games at some point, but for right now, I'm just super happy. I got another big OG name off my hit list. As you guys can see up here, we've got the Gengar. That's on the yellow as well. Here's the side. And there's a little bit of wear. Right here, we have a scratch going across the box right here. Let's zoom in on that. This scratch going across the box right here, but otherwise, this is suspiciously in good condition. Like, I actually enjoy seeing some of this damage on here because it tells me, hey, this is an aged product. It's been around for a long time. The fact that it's in this good of condition is really outstanding. If you guys don't know, the games usually go for $40, $50, maybe $60, but the boxes themselves actually sell for a lot more in good condition because it's so hard to find these boxes in good condition. This one also has a little bit of fade right here, but again, that's a good thing. That tells me that the box is fully legit. Those newer boxes will be super clean and won't have a fade. And if you guys can see this, the cardboard cut is pretty thick. If you get those newer reproduction boxes, will have a much thinner cardboard cut on there. And this was just kind of tossed in here. This one I actually need an insert for. The inserts have not arrived yet, so I won't be able to insert it. It has the little pamphlet with the fake binding on it. And then, of course, here's our Game Boy game. Now, this one could have been a game that was older, that was swapped out. Honestly, I don't even care. I'm just happy that I have the original box. But for the most part, it looks very on point with this game as well. Let's read. So on the side here, this is how you can check if everything is matching. It will say on the side here, we have DMGAPEE USA. And then on here, DMGAPEE USA. So everything is matched up. And this game is a little bit of faded up top here, which is a good thing to me. That says that this is authentic. I don't have my Game Boy repair kit here yet, so when that comes in, I'll have all the tools and all the screwdrivers and bits that I need to get into this and actually look at the board that's inside of the game, look at the battery, see if that's been replaced, see if it's all genuine, all that good stuff. But for the most part, this is an outstanding shape, and it's got a little bit of fade to it, and that's okay. It looks like someone drew on it with a pen at some point. You can just barely make that out. There's a little bit of pen marker there. No big deal. Can barely even see it. The game's in fantastic shape otherwise, and the box, more importantly, is in great shape too. And then without further ado, I'm going to show you guys what I've been up to. So I got the repair kit on the way. I've got inserts on the way. I am full-blown getting into not only continuing to collect the cards and complete my binders and collect the modern sets and playing the modern Scarlet and Violet, but I'm also getting into the console world, going after these games, going after these consoles, and that's going to be exciting to share that stuff with you guys. And I have something that I'm going to share with you guys real quick that I've been working on. So I've ordered all of these cases. I highly recommend these plastic cases if you're going to buy old games. They were super cheap. I know there are probably nicer cases out there, but I just got these because they were like $10 for like a dozen of them or something. So this is how I'll be storing all of my games and giving a little bit of shine, giving a little bit of life back into them. So here we have my Pokemon Yellow, and it just looks so great with this case on it. It just looks brand new with the case on it. Definitely breathes some life back into it. As you guys can see, if I zoom in right here, you can see that mine's faded. You can see my little nail indentions as I tried to pick off the dirt. I probably damaged it more than did good, but it just really bothered me. And honestly, without those black specks right here and down here, I got a couple of those off without damaging it too much. But without that, it looks so much cleaner. And these, you fold the flaps, it comes flat, and you fold everything out so that it'll fit properly. And once fitted properly and you put some pressure on both ends, you can actually really shape your box back to the way that you want it. This one, I put some bubble wrap inside to keep it nice and fluffed up, and then I have the box putting pressure on the outside, kind of creating a new rigid look for the box. As you can see, the flaps are there nice and tight, whereas before everything was kind of sticking out and kind of bulging out. It didn't look good, and now the game just looks so much better. I picked this up for $117, so I'm super, or $120. Super happy that I got a legit game and a first print of Pokemon Yellow for $120, and that just goes to show that deals are still out there. I'm going to do the same thing with this blue, but I still need to get the inserts in. Those won't be coming in until probably April, but just I don't know why. I guess it's just back ordered, but I need to get those in. This is my Fire Red, which was honestly the mintiest game I got from that seller. I'm so happy about this. This is my proudest thing that I have right here. The Fire Red just looks phenomenal. It's in such good shape. It has that shiny box. This is by far, player's choice. This is by far my favorite Game Boy collectible item that I now own, hands down. And then we have the Groudon on Ruby. As you guys know, I love Groudon. He's in my intro. Shiny box. This one has a little bit of damage right here. It has a little bit chewed off right there. And down here, you've got a little nick here and there. And up here. And but the rest of it honestly looks flawless. It's got Groudon on there in a battle stance. I am just so happy that I did this before it got too late, before this stuff got way too expensive. You can see Mudkip on that side. You can see the box in the back right here. There's our top with Trico, and I just like how shiny everything is. Just looks phenomenal. And there's a lot of fakes and reproductions out there. You really have to be careful, especially with low feedback sellers. You need to be careful. I know I am, but I just do a lot of research regarding this stuff. And then my Kyogre, which arguably might even be in better shape than the Fire Red. This is minty. It's super hard to find these for under $300. I know I paid about $300 each for mine. I know for the Ruby that was more damaged, I paid about $200 for the Ruby, so I'm happy about that because this box is definitely more like a $200 box. whereas the Fire Red and the Sapphire are more the $300 level. I probably still overpaid slightly, but I think down the road this is going to be a solid investment to hold on to. You know, none of this stuff is as good of an investment as modern Pokemon though. And I will do a follow-up update about singles and what I think is going to happen with the price of singles. But I was talking all night with somebody last night, like for hours, as I was uploading my previous video that I did. We were talking about like how crazy modern has gotten and how we missed out on like 2016, 2017, 2018, and how all of those boxes now are like $700 to $1,000, and how we're not going to let that happen again. And that's kind of what sparked me buying 4 cases of Scarlet and Violet. I don't want to miss out. I want to be on point with these sets that are coming out. Every single set, I want to get a couple cases of sealed product, or at least 1 case of sealed product if I don't like the set that much, but I am not going to let it slip by this time. Even if I'm not a huge fan of the set, it'll just be so much easier to complete my booster boxes and having my collection and having everything in chronological order. That'll be so much easier if I'm just keeping up with it as I go. Also, it'll be nice to start a binder collection of Scarlet and Violet when it comes out. I will have a binder ready for all of it. I know you guys hate my card guard binders. I know you guys think that these binders are flimsy and crappy, but for $15 or $12 or $10, whatever I paid for these in bulk, I really don't mind them. You know, I don't care too much about my master sets. I just want some kind of organization. So if I find those cards down the road, I can always slip them in their respective binder sets. But really, these binders are to help me catch up with older sets, like from 2007 up to 2019, 2020, pretty much, because I got started with Modern with Sword and Shield. So those cheap binders will help me just go after all those other sets that I missed out on, if I ever even get to going after those sets. It seems like they're so far away now, and that product is so hard to find now that it's really difficult. And I'm going to need help from the entire community finding this stuff, building out these sets, and kind of completing my master goal of having every single set in Pokemon. Maybe not sealed, but every single set, some of the cards bindered. You know, that's kind of my main goal. It'd be great to have a 80 to 90% completion of every single set ever, but I just don't know if that's possible. It just depends how the channel grows. It depends how the bar does. Everything costs money, right? But anyways, I'm glad that I got to share with you guys all of my Game Boy games. Honestly, I'm most proud of this one because this one was really a lost cause, and this game really brought the rigidity back and allowed me to store it in a way that nothing is going to pop out anymore. And it should shape fairly nicely over the next decade. Anyways, because I will not be selling any of this stuff. If I find duplicates down the road for a good price, I will sell these things. But really, there's no money to be made off of selling these things. So really, it's just a part of my collection. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyways, peace out. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, liking my videos, commenting on stuff. Like, you guys are the goats, and we are overdue. We have to open up a vintage pack on a live, so I don't know when I'm going to do this. I'd like to schedule it in maybe later tonight, but I just don't know. Maybe we can open some Crown Zenith later tonight, and I can also open a vintage Topps pack and some stickers. We'll see about that, and I'll keep you guys posted. Anyways, peace!